Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. Today I've got a really easy pasta sauce recipe for you guys, so let's get started. So as I said, I would be back with a recipe for the pasta that we made. So I've got my pasta right here, and I just like to keep it in this little bag with one of these little fresh packets in here. I'll probably find some canisters later on, but for right now I just use these little baggies and keep them in there once the pasta dries, and that's how I store it for right now. So I've already got my water over here boiling like I said, but I'm not going to put my pasta in just yet. I'm going to go ahead and get started making the sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my eye right here, and I've got about 1 tablespoon of butter and about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil in here, and I'm going to let this melt, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with sauteing some mushrooms. In here I have, it's a blend. It has baby bella, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms, and so I'm going to be using this today. This is a 6-ounce package of mushrooms, and we're going to be adding some garlic, and I have these little cubes that I like to use when, you know, I'm just really not in the mood to chop up garlic and onions, and they're just little, you can find them in the freezer at a Walmart. Little cubes of garlic already crushed up and onions already chopped up, and I like the flavor of them. I like using it, so that's what I'm going to be using today. And we also have some green onions we're going to be using, and we have some mascarpone cheese that we're going to be using for the sauce. We're also going to be using a bit of wine and a little bit of vermouth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my mushrooms. Okay, now I'm going to add in almost all of my green onions. I'm going to save a little bit for topping the pasta at the end. Try to let the pasta go for 10 minutes. That's what I found to be the best texture for me. But you guys, you try it out. Like, I had to do different tests, cooking it at different time lengths. I would just throw in a couple noodles and cook them at different time lengths and see which one I preferred. So I preferred to cook mine at 10 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and get that added to our sauce that we're cooking up here. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding about 4 ounces of mascarpone cheese. So that's about half of this container here. And excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that right. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this down just a little. I should have added my onions and my garlic, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and get that dumped in right now. It's not going to hurt much. And now we just want to go ahead and let our cheese melt in here before we go ahead and add anything else to this. So we are going to be adding in 2 tablespoons, or you can add in however much you like or however much you don't want in there. You don't have to use this. We're going to be adding in some Sauvignon Blanc, and this brand is Fit Vine. I really like this. It's a low carb brand, you guys. And we're going to add in 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to eyeball it here, you guys. Now, that was probably more than 2 tablespoons, but I don't drink wine. I'm not a wine drinker. I don't know. I haven't found one that I really like, but I do love cooking with wines. And so I find this to be very acceptable for cooking. And I believe for 2 tablespoons, that's just like 1 carb it's adding to the sauce, maybe less than that. Okay, and now I'm gonna add just a splash of Vermouth Blanc. Just a splash. And as I said, I think these two really make the sauce delicious. So I would suggest adding them. But if you don't like the taste of one or the other, then you can go ahead and leave those out. And I would probably just do a little extra of the pasta water that we'll be adding in. Okay, now I'm gonna go and give my pasta a stir while this cooks together. Okay, and the pasta is looking beautiful, you guys. It's got about 3 minutes left. And so I'm gonna give my sauce here a taste. Okay, let me give this a taste. Okay, so now we need to add salt and pepper to this. But I love the way it's tasting already. I love that. I love these two combination together, the vermouth and this Sauvignon Blanc. And if I'm not pronouncing that right, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna add that salt, and we're gonna add some pepper here. And I'm gonna give this a stir. And it smells so good. This is one of my go-to sauces. It's really easy, it's really simple. Actually, I don't usually use mascarpone in this sauce. I usually use Crème Fraiche, but they were out at the store today, so I wasn't able to get any, so I decided to sub with this. If you can get Crème Fraiche, use that because it's amazing, even though this is good just the way it is. Or you can use some sour cream, or you can use like a plain Greek yogurt. You can do that type of stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna give it another taste to see if we need more salt. Nope, that is perfect as is. Although I might add a little bit extra once I get the pasta in here. We'll have to see. And it still looks really thick right now, but that's because we're gonna add some water. So it might not look like there's enough sauce, but trust me, this is enough. We're gonna add some of the pasta water to this and thin it out just a little more. And once we start cooking it and coating it with the pasta and whatnot, it's gonna be beautiful, you guys. It's gonna be fantastic. Okay, our pasta is now done. And if you guys can see, it looks amazing. It cooks up really well. It floats beautifully at the top. I mean, it looks really great. So I'm just going to get it pulled out of here. We don't want to strain it. Okay, and as I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use, I'm gonna start off with about half a ladle of the pasta water in here. And now I'm gonna give it a toss. I like to use tongs. Uh-oh, lost the noodle. I like to use some tongs when I'm tossing it. I just think it makes it easier. And we're just gonna toss this around and get it all nice and coated with the sauce. And we're just gonna let this cook just a little bit longer because I like for my sauce to cook onto my pasta. Okay, and I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. From my experience, I already know that I need to add just a little salt after I add my pasta. But you guys taste it and see how you like it, how you feel about it. And if you don't feel as though you need to add any salt, then serve it just the way you want it. And this, you guys, oh my God, it smells so good. This is actually for my dinner. So I cannot wait until this gets done, because I'm going to take a break from filming and I'm going to eat a serving of this. And this right here, what I have in the skillet, is 2 servings. I normally make 2 servings of everything for me and my husband. Okay, and this to me looks done. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. I'm just gonna move this out of the way a little and get my bowl here. I've got this nice bowl that I really, really love. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my pasta in the bowl. Okay, you guys. Now, I like to top mine with a little Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna, and I don't have any fresh, so I'm just gonna use what I've got here in this jar, this grated Parmesan cheese. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little of that. I usually do like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons on top. Usually 2 tablespoons, because I usually divide this up into 2 separate bowls and put a tablespoon on mine and my husband's. So, and then I'm going to top it with the rest of my green onions. And that's it. It smells so fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and try this on camera for you guys, because this is actually my eating window. So I've already got a fork here. I was ready. I was prepared, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of this pasta. I mean, it's amazing, you guys. You guys, I can't tell you enough about how happy I am with my pasta recipe, you guys. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. If you guys want to see more dishes like these, then go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to ding that little bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. And until next time, you guys, bye.